Ora da! Well, this morning I'm in Rhyl, and yes, it is a sunny Rhyl, and I'm going to take a look, or a wander down Skid Row. This place in Rhyl, it's called Skid Row. This is the pedestrianised section of Rhyl, but just off the front there. I only found out it was called Skid Row in recent years. It's where all the druggies and the alkies and the homeless all hang out. Yeah, so like I say, I'm just gonna have a bit of a wander and a bit of a chat down Skid Row, and how Rhyl has changed since I knew it when I was a kid. It's changed a lot. I used to visit here in the 70s when I was a kid, and I worked here for 4 years, and that was the early 80s. Anyway, let's head to the front and have a wander down Skid Row, see what's going on. So at the beginning of the shot there was 2 homeless people just sitting on the pavement there, and as I say, in the early days, 70s, this place was absolutely buzzing. It was absolutely chocker. Of course, there was more shops and stuff open in them days. Like I say, it's all I can say, it's that it's changed. There's a few videos on YouTube saying that Rhyl it is the worst seaside town in Britain and all that, but I don't know about that. I wouldn't, that's a bit of a... The only thing I can say is, from my experience, is that it has changed. There's a lot of shops empty. There's a lot of things that aren't even here now. They've been demolished. One of the last ones to go is the Sea Aquarium, or whatever it was called. I think that's all gone now. So yeah, as I say, it's out on the prom. And this area here, this is what's known as Skid Row. And as I say, I didn't know this until recent years. When I was working here in the early 80s, there was no mention of it, the Skid Row, but it's in recent years it's been called Skid Row. And as I say, in the earlier shot there was 2 homeless people. Well, I presume they were homeless, just sitting on the floor, the blanket over them. And so yeah, and there's a few tents when I've been here over the years on this end, well, everywhere really, down that end as well, but apparently this area is the Skid Row of Rhyl. So yeah, that's where the Sea Aquarium place, or whatever it was called. So yeah, we'll see what we can see. And the west here, the Westminster, like I said earlier, early 80s, I used to know a lot of, shall we say, lovable rogues in Rhyl, the underworld of Rhyl. Some right characters, like petty criminals, shall we say. There was Harry. He was one of the best known. He was literally the Arthur Daly of Rhyl. Bug him some money, the right money, and he'd get you literally anything. He would get you anything. He was the Arthur Daly of Rhyl. But yeah, the west, that pale building there, don't know what's going on there now. There's some saying that there's immigrants in there and stuff like that, housing them, but I wouldn't know. But I used to do a lot of dealings with the west, as we used to call it, the Westminster Hotel. And like I say, that was the early 80s, and it was, in them days, it was a nice hotel. But what's going on there now is there's a few people hanging about the doorway there. I don't know what's happening these days, but in them days, as I say, I used to do a lot of dealings there. I used to call it the West. What's going on there now, I've no idea. But yeah, good days in them days, I tell you. I used to know a lot of I call them lovable rogues, shall we say. And this is the events arena, one of the biggest waste of money in Rhyl. think it's the Welsh Government's idea, something like that anyway. But yeah, in the 70s, and when I was working here in the early 80s, it would be buzzing here on a summer, in the summer, spring, summer and what have you. There was all sorts of attractions, all the shops are open. Smith's in the high street there's one of the last to close. Been going for years and years, Smith's. And there'd be, well, this was near in the early 80s and whatever, with that. We used to have a monorail. We used to have a few problems with that. Diversions, I'll go this way. And yeah, they had an open air swimming pool. They'd have donkey rides on the beach. The beach would be packed. There'd be trampolines. You could hire bikes. You got the fun fair down the far end there. Ocean Beach, I think it was called. And the harbour gift shop. Buy anything in there when we were kids. But it's dead today. It's absolutely dead. And like I said, a lot of the shops and stuff, they've gone. They've either shut or they're not even there. So anyway, so this is heading into Skid Row, and I never knew it was called that till recent years. So as I say, there's no one about yet. There's a lot of hotels along here, but that one there at the west, that's the only one I had dealings with. And as I say, in them days, the good old days, and well, that would be the early 80s. Yeah, some colourful characters I used to know, I tell you. There was a lad, he used to work in a chippy. He'd get rid of your car for you if you wanted an insurance job. 50 quid he used to charge. Tell him where your car was, bung him 50 quid, and the next day your car would be gone. And then you claim off the insurance, and so your car's been stolen, your car would never be seen again. 50 quid he used to charge, but yeah, there's no one about. No one about. Absolutely, it's like a ghost town now, and it used to be absolutely buzzing in this place. So this is Skid Row. Last time I was here, it's a few months back now, there's a few tents here, but they're not there now. But I think the police, they moved them on. So yeah, so I'll go a bit further down, see what else I can see. Apparently this is Skid Row of Rhyl. So far I've not seen any evidence of drug taking or alcohol or homelessness. Anyway, we'll venture a bit further down. Yeah, here it was when I was back here. It was a few months back now. This area here, there was a row of tents all there, but as you can see, nothing there today. I think they get moved on, but where do they move them on to? So we'll have a bit of a further wander down, and then I'll go back towards the Blue Bridge, as we say. But so yeah, no sign of any activity here at the moment, so keep going for a bit, and then I'll head back. So you got this big place here, Marston's. The Sun Virgin. There's no one there. It's empty. Albeit it's not the summer, but you know, I remember Rhyl. It's, yeah, it was a lovely place to visit, but it's gone down, I tell you, it has. But to call it the worst seaside town in Britain, I think that's a bit, you know, a bit harsh. All I can say, like from my experiences, is that it has changed. It has changed. It's you know, there's all these places here, and there's just no one about. The beach should be full people. There's nothing on the beach, nothing at all, and like I say, they'd even have donkey rides and stuff like that. But yeah, so much for Skid Row. I've not seen, since I was here last, there was more homelessness going on, but there's nothing here. Have they cleaned up Rhyl? If they have, where are they? Anyway, I'll head back to the other side, see what's happening down there. There's the Sky Tower. That was disused years ago, that was. As with a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's definitely changed. So heading off the other side of the main high street there. It's just the arcade there, and the rest are all gone. They've been demolished. The arcade used to go right down towards the what was the harbour gift shop, and it's go in there now, there'll be no one in there. All the machines will be switched on. God knows what it's costing them. But yeah, a lot of places have been demolished. So anyway, that was Skid Row. No evidence of drugs and alcoholics and homeless. No one there at all. Deserted. So let's have a bit of a wander down this side. So yeah, just on my left, it's Edward Henry Street. So a few memories of that place down there. Just round the corner. This was the late 90s, renovating a block of flats, and arrived there one morning, and there was a board across one of the openings that had been opened up. So we went in, and it was full of drug addicts. There was about 10 in there, and they were all spaced out. They still had the needles in their arms and that. They'd broken in. So got the police there. Don't know what happened to them after that, but and one time there was a lot of noise outside, so we came out, and opposite there was this fella, and he looked drunk. He was either on drugs, drunk, or both, and he was banging on this door and kicking it and that. So we're thinking, what's going on here, like? And no one answered the door, and there was a bay window just to the left. And he walked up to this bay window and he ran at it, and he headbutted it, and his head went through the glass. And he stood up, and blood was pouring out of his head, and he just he staggered off up the road. So God knows what happened to him. So yeah, this is the other side. This is heading towards the Blue Bridge, and still no sign of drugs, alcoholics, or homelessness. There's a lot of work going on, I've noticed, on the beaches, and he was painting the amusements and stuff like that. So getting ready, you know, for the summer, like. But so yeah, no tents or nothing here. But as I say, work is going on. So are they getting Rhyl back to how it was? I don't think it'll ever be how it was. Not how I remember it, anyway. Anyway, that's about it, I think. I'll head back. So yeah, so I've wandered down Skid Row, and no sign of anything, no activity going on, but it's just quiet. Well, this time of the year it probably would be, but in the height of summer, it's not like it used to be. Rhyl has changed. But to call it the worst seaside town in Britain, I think that's, you know, I wouldn't like to comment on that, but all I can say is, from my experience, that it's changed. It's just quiet. A lot of the shops have gone, or closed and gone. It's just not like it was. So right, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my little wandabout sunny Rhyl, and I'll see you again.